Good morning. Today I don't have coffee. Today you can't see it. I have ginger tea, iced tea, of course. But ginger, it burns my throat. That's how you know it's working. All right, division, division of fractions. Um, Division, 8 divided by 2. The other way of thinking about it is how many 2's can you put inside of an 8? And of course there are 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. You can take 4 2's and add them up all together and they fit inside that 8. With fractions, it's a little funnier. Let's do 4 divided by a half. How many halves can you put inside of a 4? Well, every 2 halves equals 1. So therefore, to get into a 4, you would need 8 halves, right? Because a half and a half is 1, and you make 4 of those, that's 2 for every 1, so you add them up, it's 8. So 4 divided by a half is going to equal 8. 4 divided by a half is going to equal 8. How do we do that mathematically? How do we do that with the numbers? Super easy, super easy. 4 divided by 2 is the same as 4 times 2 over 1. You flip your fraction. You just flip it and multiply it. 4 times 2 over 1 is 8 over 1. Same thing as 8. Right? Should we do another one? Let's look at the ones that are in your book. Tonight we're working on pages 759 to 762. So let's look at one that's actually on your pages. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Number 1 and 2, we're gonna come back to that. Let's just jump to number 3. Number 3 on page 761 is 3 divided by 1/3. So how many thirds can we put into a 3? Well, how many thirds can you put into a 1? 3, right? 3 thirds equals 1. So if every 1, you could put 3 thirds into a 1, into a 3, can you guess? Let's see. Let's do it by flipping it and multiplying it. 3 times 3 is 9. On the bottom you got a 1. That's for 1, right? But it doesn't matter, because 9 over 1 is 9. Got it? Let's try the next one. What's the next one? Number 4. Number 4 is 2 divided by 1/5. How many fifths can you put into a 1? 5. 5 fifths equals 1. So therefore, how many fifths can we put into 2? 10. 10. Let's do the math. 2 times 5 over 1 equals 10 over 1 equals 10. Right? Let's try the next one. 4 divided by 1/2. How many halves can we put into 4? How many halves in a 1? 2. 2 halves equals 1. Cut a pizza in half. There are 2 pieces. 2 halves equals 1. What's this answer going to be? Got it already? Let's do the math. 4 times, flip it, 2 over 1 equals 8. 8. All right. I'm going to ask you guys to do the rest of them on this page by yourselves. I think you'll be fine. I'm going to do one more though. I'm going to do number 7, just to say, don't worry. Don't worry. That one is 1/3 divided by 4. That is a little different. That is a little different. So, what do? When we divide it, we flip it. 4 is the same as what fraction? 4 over 1, right? So 1/3 divided by 4 is the same as 1/3 times, flip it, 1/4 equals 1 on the top, 12 on the bottom. Right? Easy? Hope it's easy. Let's do another one of those because these are a little funny. 8. 1/2 divided by 3. Let's turn that into a fraction. And then let's flip it. 1/3. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 1/6. Alright, so you guys do the rest on that page. Let's go back for a second. Let's go backwards. They're going to have a little bit more ginger tea. Burns, it burns. Okay, we're going to go back to number 1 and 2 on page 760. When a whole number greater than 1 is divided by a unit fraction less than 1, the quotient is always greater than the dividend. That's a lot of vocabulary words. When you divide a whole number, 5, by a unit fraction less than 1, 1/2, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be greater than the quotient. The quotient answer is always going to be bigger than the dividend, what you're dividing. Because how many halves can we put into 5? You can put 10 halves into a 5. Because every 2 halves equals 1. To get up to 5, you need 10 halves. So yeah. Number 2, when a unit fraction less than 1/2, let's say, is divided by a whole number greater than 1, 1/2 divided by 4, the quotient is always greater than the dividend. Oh, that is false. Oh, that is false. Because the quotient is always going to be smaller. Remember when we divided 1/2 by 3? Took 1/2 and we split it up into 3 parts. So we multiply by 3, it becomes 1/6. And 1/6 is smaller than 1/2. Let's look at your word problems on page 762. Randall is cutting a submarine sandwich into smaller pieces. He has 4 feet of sandwich. Damn. He has 4 feet of sandwich that he wants to divide into 1/3 foot sandwiches. So everyone gets a 4-inch sandwich. How many sandwiches will he have after he cuts the sandwich? Use tiles to help you solve. You can use tiles if you want to. You got a 4-foot sub. He wants to divide them into sections that are 1/3 of a foot long. How many thirds go into a foot? 3. How many total feet do you have? 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Do that one. That's essentially 4 divided by 1/3. What do you do with it 1/3? You flip it and you multiply it. So 4 divided by 1/3 is the same as 4 times 3 over 1. 12. Brittany is making party favors. She is dividing 1/2 pound of jelly beans into 6 packages. How many pounds of jelly beans will be in each package? All right, she's got a 1/2 pound of jelly beans. It's a lot of jelly beans. She's got 5 people coming over and she gets one for herself, or she's got 6 people coming over. Anyway, she needs 6 packages. So you're going to divide 1/2 by 6. So 1/2 divided by 6 is the same as 1/2 times, flip the 6, 1/2 times 1/6. What's 1/6 of 1/2? 1 on the top, 2 times 6 on the bottom. You got that, right? Excellent. Number 13, circle the missing divisor below from the equation. 5 divided by blank equals 25. All right. I'll let you guys figure that one out for yourselves. Can I just say it's obviously not number 3, 5. What's 5 divided by 5? 1. Not that one. Let's just rule that one out right away. Number 14. How can I use fraction tiles to help divide a whole number by a unit fraction? How can I use fraction tiles to help divide a whole number by a unit fraction? How can you? That's a good question. Tiles are those, look on the next page, 763. I guess that's what they're calling tiles. Look at that blue one. The blue one is a 1, and it's divided into 8/8. 1 divided by 8 is 1/8. 8 doesn't fit into 1. You don't need to answer this question. It's okay. That's your introduction to division. Do the rest of the ones on page 761. Remember, all you have to do is flip it. Flip it. You got to flip it. I'm not going to dance. Sorry. Just not going to do that. All right. That's it for now. I'll make another one that gives the answers shortly. Bye.